There is no question about it. The NBA is a player-driven league. And if you want to be good, you need to have the best players, flat out. And the NBA/the players know that, and they know that very well. So the players often use their leverage to force themselves out of non-desirable franchises to go to places they want to be, which has been working beautifully for years. But what if I told you the NBA is finally putting an end to this? And the first person they're going to make an example of is Damian Lillard. Damian Lillard is the most recent NBA superstar that has asked for a trade from his franchise. And to be honest with you, I don't necessarily blame him. The Blazers have just been bad. They just can't seem to put the right people around Dame or just make any good decisions, to be honest. But the Damian Lillard narrative of, is he staying in Portland or is he leaving Portland, has gotten out of control and so annoying. It felt like every single offseason started the same way. Lillard was unhappy with how things were going, then he would talk to the team about it, and they would make him feel better somehow, then he would be okay going into the season. Then the Blazers would be bad and rinse repeat, and then we would be in the same exact position we are now. It's like a vicious cycle. But in this offseason, things would be a little bit different. Before the straw that broke the camel's back, Damian Lillard said this of where he wanted to play next.
Miami, obviously. Miami is the obvious one, and Bam is my dog. Bam is my dog for real. But I mean, I think Miami the obvious one. Brooklyn is the obvious one. Is another obvious one because Mikal Bridges is my dog too. I mean, and both are, capable.
And the straw that I spoke about earlier was when Damian Lillard asked the team to trade the number 3 overall pick for veteran help to make the team better right now. And they did the exact opposite.
With the 3rd pick in the 2023 NBA Draft, the Portland Trailblazers select Scoot Henderson from Marietta, Georgia, in the NBA G League's Team Ignite.
And this did not sit well with Damian Lillard. So almost immediately after he requests a trade, then right about now, things would get pretty interesting. So he officially put in for the trade request, which is what everyone always does whenever you're a disgruntled star and want to go to other places. But there is only one place he wants to play for, and that place is the Miami Heat, which is not exactly surprising, considering he said this in the past before. Something different happened that caused people to raise their eyebrows. Per ESPN, Lillard's agent, Aaron Goodwin, has cautioned non-Miami Heat teams from trading for his client, saying they'd be trading for an unhappy player. However, according to the report, general managers have indicated that the pressure from Goodwin won't impact their respective teams' pursuit of Damian Lillard. And the obvious motive of why Goodwin would do this is because he wanted to scare teams into not wasting their asses on Damian Lillard, because he's basically saying Damian Lillard will be like a problem in the locker room, which I call BS on, by the way, because Lillard seems like a pro's pro and will just do whatever it takes to win a championship. So if he goes to a really good team, I'm sure he'll be fine, but his primary location he wants to go is the Miami Heat, and he's entitled to that. So this just seems like a scare tactic to me. But this worked against them as well, because the Miami Heat now know they have leverage, knowing they're only talking to them, so they'll be able to get Damian Lillard for less. And reportedly, the Blazers are less than impressed with the compensation from the Miami Heat. In fact, some reports are stating they aren't even willing to trade Damian Lillard and will sit out for the best offer that could go all the way to the actual season. So we're at a standstill right now? Well, not exactly. Here comes the NBA. The league got wind of the situation, and they're going to put an end to this and make an example out of Damian Lillard. The league released a memo stating, recent media reports stated that Damian Lillard's agent, Aaron Goodwin, called multiple NBA teams to warn them against trading for Damian Lillard, because Lillard's only desirable trade destination is Miami. Goodwin also made public comments indicating that Lillard would not fully perform the services called for under his player contract if traded to another team. We interviewed Goodwin and Lillard and spoke with several NBA teams to whom Goodwin spoke. Goodwin denied stating or indicating to any team that Lillard would refuse to play for them. Goodwin and Lillard affirmed to us that Lillard would perform the services called for under his player contract in any trade scenario. The reluctant teams provided descriptions of their communications with Goodwin that were mostly, though not entirely, consistent with Goodwin's statement to us. We've advised Goodwin and Lillard that any further comments made privately to teams or publicly suggesting Lillard will not fully perform the services called for under his player contract in event of a trade will subject Lillard to discipline by the NBA, the memo said. We have also advised the Player Association that any other similar comments by players or agents will be subject to discipline going forward. Well, okay then. The NBA is not playing any games.